Welcome to the lesson that will talk about what is necessary for your final website. You want to make sure that you have quality images on your page and that you do not have spelling and grammar errors. So be sure to go through and rewrite, if necessary, any write-ups that you have on your website. So I'll go to middle school. You should have a middle school with at least 2 other classes besides computer design. So for example, if you have 3D art, one representation would be the artwork that you've completed for this year.
You can always represent artwork from 6th and 7th grade as well.
Computer design, you should have multiple products. In my case, I have a lot more, but because these are examples of what you could have created. You should have at least 6 projects that were completed in this classroom. History, I want you to notice that I don't have anything represented for history, and I don't plan on setting up history. So if you're not going to represent a page, go to your pages in the edit mode, and next to history, I'm going to click on those 3 dots and choose remove page from site. If you remove a page from your pages section, do make sure you go to the page if there's any links to it and remove it. So for example, I just removed history, so make sure you delete this so that they don't go to a page that doesn't exist. You don't want to be wasting people's time taking them to pages that are not built up. I also have industrial manufacturing set up with images that were graciously donated from students. And then if I go to language arts, I set up images to link to the stories that are in my Google Drive. So for example, if I click on this, it's going to take me to a story. Do keep in mind that if you edit this story, that is what future employers are going to see. In addition to having all of those pages represented, you also need to make sure that you have consistency in your design scheme. For example, if I go to middle school, notice I have a banner with middle school there. If I go to 3D art, I have a banner. I have removed the title from the top. I'm going to go into edit mode and show you. And I've added this, and I also set it to heading. So you need to consistently do that on all pages if that's what you're choosing to do. Good design is involving a consistency in design. To stay organized, I put everything in one folder called Online Portfolio. I open that up, and you can see how it's set up for high school. I'm going to encourage you to do that when you do go to high school to keep this up. If I go to middle school, these are the projects and these are the lessons that have been added to my website. What a lot of students might do is they might go to some image. Let's say I chose this document here and I right click on it and I choose share advanced and I make sure that I change it from private to public. And if I take this link up here to link to it and I add it to my website, if for some reason I delete this, it will no longer be available on my site. So keep that in mind. If you're going to delete things from your drive, it's going to affect your site. I do want to point out you do need a thank you page. So I'll go to that thank you page, and this is who I thanked on my thank you page. I thanked a lot of teachers who helped me out and the programs that I used to make this possible. Make sure that anytime you make changes that you choose publish. When you're ready to share the link to your web address, make sure that you're not in edit mode. You do not want to be sharing the link when you're in edit mode. So you could go to the drop down arrow and choose View Published Site, and that is a way you can share the address. Or you can choose on the little chain link, it says Copy Published Site Link. And you choose Copy Link, and then you would go to an email. Now if I paste that in and hit the Enter key, my website would pop up. This concludes the session on getting your website ready for the world, and I sure hope that you've gotten a lot from this, and I definitely hope that you continue to maintain this in 9th grade, 10th, and so forth, so that you can look back at your work and share it with the world. Until next time, you have a wonderful day.